There we go. Hi, everyone. It is Melanie Pierce with Royal LePage Triland here in sunny London, Ontario. And I am here with my friend, Gail Morrison, and she's going to introduce herself and she's going to let us know where she works. What is your bread and butter, like resale or commercial or whatever? I might just do
Oh,
this because I'm squinting a lot.
okay, no problem. So, yes, so I work with, I'm part of Royal LePage Pro Alliance Realty in Belleville. The areas that I work in is Belleville, Quinte West, Prince Edward County, and also north of Belleville and Quinte West. So Sterling, Madoc, Marmora. Those are my key areas. And I do residential. Yeah.
Yeah, resale
Re-
residential, sometimes new when it comes around, right? Something like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
A
Yep.
lot of us
Yep.
do, I think.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing this?
12 years.
12
Yeah,
years.
12
I feel
years.
like that's just barely started. Barely started.
Oh, thanks.
But I think I'm 23 or something, 23 years.
Oh.
It's the longest job I've ever had. It's probably all you know, squirrel, you're always doing
Right.
something different. It's
And
the only
it's
reason why I've
only
been able to stay in this job. Um, Now you've been successful, and I just wanted to know, what do you think the core root of that is? What is it that you do that has
right.
made you successful?
I think definitely in the beginning, I mentored with an experienced realtor, and that def I feel like that made a big impact on my business and learning the business. And I would say also like, patience and being patience, one, being patient with yourself, patient with the business and clients, and also being able to pivot when you need to, and being able to go with the changes, not being so stuck on like this is how we do it. So I think that's part of the th other things that have made me successful.
I think that comes with being very open awareness, like understanding, and you've got that. I can see that in you. Anytime something changes, you you change with it, and I've seen you do
Mhm.
it in real time, which is super cool to watch, right? Because you go, "Oh God, there she goes," right? Um, so do you have in the past, have you had like a deal where you think it was hilarious, crazy, just has a story, something with a story?
Well, I know I was thinking about this and I was like, oh, I mean, there's always a few stories, and most of the time I find um the stories is usually like during the showings when you're showing properties. There's always been a few interesting home showings. One of them was I was showing my clients, the buyers, the property, and going through it. It's an older house, it's vacant, so okay, no problem. Going through the house, and then like we go to the basement. So the basement's like a stone basement. So it's like, one of those open the door and it looks like you're going down to a dungeon. So we go down because I definitely want to be able to see everything. So you go down to the dungeon. And it's we get down there, and then one there's this dead squirrel that's by the a panel. So I don't know if it was electrocuted or not.
Maybe.
And then we walk a little farther, and then like half the basement is full of water. So I was like, oh my gosh, like that's not good, right? So then I'm like, okay, well, I mean, I don't think this house is for you guys. And I go and I call and let the realtor know hey, like just want you to know, like there's water in the basement, and there's also like this squirrel that's in dead. And they said, well, I don't go down in basements like that.
It's like it's your house or it's your
I was
listing. You
like,
didn't think of
okay.
going down there. Okay. That's a different answer. That's not what I would have expected. Yeah, I had a squirrel that sadly fell through a hole in a cold
Oh,
room. And
oh,
when I went to show it, it had died. And I was just heartbroken because I thought,
right.
oh, what is it to do? Like, how could it get out? And
Yeah.
unless someone was there, someone should have put a screen over it. So that's sad,
Oh,
right?
yeah. Yeah.
So, I'm going to ask about your family. You have a beautiful daughter now. How old is she?
She's 22.
What is she up to? 22,
Um,
such a great
yeah.
age.
Yeah, I mean, she's working right now. She works at a lovely hotel restaurant in the county, in Prince Edward County. And she's going to be going to University of Ottawa in September.
Oh, nice. She picked a cold
Yeah.
one. Why not?
Yeah,
Why
I
not?
know.
So, if
Yeah.
you were to pick a place on Earth, assuming you haven't been anywhere else, um,
Mhm.
do you have a favorite place? Is there a favorite place you have in the world?
I think, I mean, so far at this time of the places that I've been, it's probably the mountains.
The mountains.
Yeah, they're just so beautiful. It's just amazing being surrounded by them.
Big and
Um,
intense, and
yeah,
it's
yeah,
it's
yeah.
life-changing sometimes when you see things around the world, isn't it? And we're going to
Yes,
get back to around the world in
right.
a few moments. Um, if you could have dinner with anyone dead or alive or
hmm
cartoon form, I don't care. Who would that be?
Right.
I might be a cartoon.
So I kind of thought about it, but I think the a dinner I would probably I chose Betty White. I feel like I would totally enjoy having dinner with Betty White. She's hilarious. She has amazing life stories. I think it would be very interesting to hear about her life and all of the things that she has dealt with as a woman and in the world that she's lived, been in the career that she's had. And I think it would just be hilarious.
I think it would be awesome. I would want in on that dinner. Um,
Okay.
I mean, you got to have respect for a woman who, when she died, she was an
Mhm.
it girl. She
Mm.
was it. Like
Yeah.
Betty White spoke, and we all went, "What's she saying? What's going on?" Like,
Yeah.
were we not? Like, she was an it
Yeah.
girl when she passed away. I remember it happening. I was at a brewery, and the news came on. It was a sports channel they had up, and it was Christmas Eve. I
hmm
think it was Christmas Eve. If it's not, I could stand corrected. Either Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve. I don't remember. But anyway, it was right in that ballpark. And I thought, oh, that figures she go out like that. Like, she's awesome. I love her.
Yeah, she is.
Um, Pastime or hobbies? What are all your pastime? I know one of them. You're a cross trainer and you are a badass.
Right. Yes, I do. So I do have I go to a CrossFit gym and I enjoy going. I've done a few competitions with part of the gym, but I think a part of it being there is also like the people you meet and them becoming part of, friends. Essentially we call each other our gym family. So
Sorry.
it's not just going to the gym and working out. It becomes, more than
You're
that.
connected. Yeah, you
Yeah,
become
yeah, you
connected.
do.
That's
You,
fantastic. And I think
yeah.
that's a real team and women
Mhm.
supporting women kind of thing. I'm assuming it looked like it was a lot of women in that thing. So I'm assuming that's kind of the trend for that one, which is great, which is great. Women supporting women in that kind of
Mhm.
scenario. I love that.
Well,
Now,
I mean, we do have men as well in the gym.
only two. We have
Which
a
is
limit.
good. Most majority is female, but there is, the
A
actual
few guys.
classes there are usually few guys in our class. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I think you should limit that number. I'm just joking. So this is a toughie, and I know it's a toughie for me. Are you able to
Mhm.
describe yourself in 3 words?
Oh, you know what? I just kind of went with the first three words that came to my mind.
I think that's the
I
best way.
Yeah. So I kind. I
Yes.
always I think generally I'm a kind person.
Yes, you are.
Um, I think also that I've been told I'm a quirky person.
Oh,
Um,
a what person?
quirky. I'm
Quirky.
quirky.
Maybe, maybe.
I'm, yeah, once you kind of get to know me and, I'm can be a little bit odd sometimes. And
I want to see that side. I don't know that I've seen that side.
no,
I don't
oh,
think
you
so.
might have.
I'll wait. I'm patient.
Okay.
What else you got?
And generally I'm a fairly positive person as
Yes, you
well.
are. I think
Yeah.
the word that comes to mind with you, I always think of you as small and mighty. I also see, I do. I think you are an ass kicker. I also think you're terribly resilient. You're terribly resilient,
Right.
which is comes
Yeah.
with the positivity and maybe the quirkiness is thrown in there. Because I'm sure in your mind sometimes you go, fine, let's do it this way then, whatever, and you carry on. So now we're going to
Yeah.
talk about something super important.
Okay.
What's coming up this fall? What's going on in your world this fall?
So this fall, I am going to be doing the Cambodia Trek for Shelter in the end of October. So I'm in, oh yeah, I said Cambodia. Sorry.
Cambodia. I am jealous on this
Yeah.
one. Like I prefer the motorcycle rides. That's,
Hmm.
we all have our personal whatever. But when they
Right.
said Cambodia, I was just like, oh, that's on my bucket list. So
Hmm.
hard.
Yeah.
So are you're excited?
I am excited. I am excited. I'm excited to be able to participate in the actual trek and do everything that we're doing for the Royal LePage Shelter Foundation and our local Three Oaks Foundation. And I'm excited to see a part of the world I've never seen before. That I like travel, and this kind of also gives me that opportunity to be able to do that as well. So,
Yeah.
and I mean, the experience in itself, like the challenge,
And there's
all
always a challenge.
yeah,
Like I remember
yeah,
Phil saying once, if there isn't a few bumps and bruises, what's the point? And
right,
so we all know as we go into these challenges, there's going to be something, right?
yeah,
If it's
yeah,
if it's not heat or it's, scrapes and whatever or cold,
hmm,
whatever it ends up being,
yeah,
these treks are not easy and they're meant
yes,
not to be. So I'm sure
yeah,
that you look at it and go, okay, how am I going to handle if
hmm,
and that
yeah,
happens, right? It's a
yeah.
fantastic experience. So, what is the name of the women's shelter that you are supporting in your area again?
And they're the Three Oaks Foundation.
Three Oaks
Yeah,
Foundations.
yeah.
Okay, so for anyone who wants to make donations to Gail's trek in
Hmm.
Cambodia, hashtag jelly, um, we'll put the link down below so you guys can support her. How you doing with your fundraising? Not too bad at this point.
Yeah, not too bad. I'm just finishing or I'm just going through Wine Survivor, and with that fundraising, I'm over the minimum of 6,000.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah,
Yeah.
and Gail let me know that I've been kicked out, which is probably a good thing
Yeah,
because
sorry.
the only time I'm drinking wine nowadays is if I'm out for dinner. I'll have wine then, but I'm not really. So I thought, oh my goodness, oftentimes I always say, and I said to you before this
Mhm.
video, it's always like my name doesn't get pulled for things. So Wine Survivor is my game, right? Like
Right?
I've won it often. And I thought this time
Okay.
if I won it, I think I'd just put all those bottles into my panniers on my bike and start delivering them to all the agents I can find from Belleville to my house, right?
Right. Right.
What else am I gonna do with it? I shouldn't tell them
Yeah.
that. They'll rig it.
Yeah, and I'm not going to London at all. There's no chance. Even Lindsay got voted off. The same.
Lindsay and I are out. I'm so
Oh, that
sorry,
kind of sucks. I
Lindsay.
would have enjoyed that.
That would have been fun. We could have a little. little get together. We'll pull in Ainsley and Shelby and whoever else, maybe Jeff and
Mhm.
whatever, to have a little London thing. But now, look, you blew it, Gail. You kicked out the London girls. What the hell?
Yeah. No, no London now.
Exactly. Okay, so we are going to put your contact below your donation page. And I want to thank you for doing this. Um, I was so excited when you said yes, and I thank you profusely. I hope you have a fantastic weekend and keep training. Keep
All
training,
right.
girl.
Yes, yes, I will. I think the only thing I don't really know what to train for is like, like the bugs or the snakes or the spiders. I'm a little bit
I don't know, YouTube videos, look at what they say. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
we're
I know
tend
a lot of people from Vietnam and Cambodia. I've never heard them say too much
no?
about. No, I
Oh,
haven't
okay.
said, but then again, they grew up there, so maybe they're
Right.
used to it. I don't know. Like,
I,
but they'd know, right? It's not like
yeah,
they wouldn't.
right,
So
right. Well, thank you for asking me. I really appreciated it. I know it was kind of like, okay, sure.
everyone gets scared. Everyone's like, send me the questions. I go, these are not hard questions. There's no
No,
math. There's no math in this.
right. That was good.
Okay, you have a great weekend. Thanks so much, Gail.
Thank
And
you.
we will talk to you soon.
Okay.
Okay, cheers,
Bye.
hon.